Good evening, everybody. Catherine, good to see you. Billy Murphy, everybody from Justino. Kerry, good to see you, Kerry. Zaina, everybody. This is CmdrAleon. Hey, Jen, welcome to the show. It's about 12 minutes after 11 o'clock at night on a Sunday. Deborah, good to see you. Joseph Lamb, Jan R. Hello, hello, everybody. Mind Bender, that's a good name. Good to have everybody with us tonight. And we just kind of relaxed, kind of mellowed out here from a whole weekend. And if you're watching my show this morning, we were live for just a little bit. We were at like 2% or 1%, and I thought I was charging up the phone, and evidently we weren't. So we got a new plug, and we're good now. So there you go. Hey, Chase Bowen, Mark Jackson, thanks for joining us. Pearl 733. Joseph Lamb, let's see, none of your business. Hey, how you doing? Pinel, good to see you. Hey, everybody down the rabbit hole. James, welcome. So we got a whole gallon of apple cider today. They used to, just for the last few weeks, it's been half gallons of cider. They finally had a full gallon. I'm not drinking a full gallon of cider, there's no way. But I do have a full glass of cider. And I always like to have cider during my show, as you can see. Nice cold cider. Always good on encounters. Acid Messiah, good to see you. Good evening. Good evening, everybody. Michael Ritchie. Mar141, good to see you. Welcome. Katie something. M something. Freeman Actual. Keith Singertar, Flora, Ada, 444, welcome to the show. Good to see everybody here. This is Encounters, the late night spiritual UFO talk show with your host, CmdrAleon. And I always like to give a background of who I am, because I don't assume that everybody here is a regular person that's been here before. Hey, Jordan Bell, thank you for the heart. I don't assume everybody has been here before. So if you're new to the show, we've been on here since 2023. It's hard to believe. Over a year and a half, really. Tar, Nary, thank you. We've been on here for over a year and a half. And boy, things have grown and changed from the first day. J&M Boutique, good to see you. Jersey for Life, thank you. We've been on here for over a year and a half. And it's amazing how quickly this show has grown, taken off, gone crazy, and every day, more and more people coming. Hey, UFO UAP scanner. I remember, Commander. Hey, UFO UAP scanner. I remember you too. How you doing, brother? So many things have transpired, and for me, the last 8 months, I've been activated to do things that you've seen me do on here with people, helping people with the Ashtar Command, sending ships to their locations, sending space people into their homes, and helping them in many different levels. That's relatively the last 8 months. So there's a lot to what we're doing here. Disclosure, of course. You, thank you. Oh, thank you about last night. Yes, thank you. Hello, Commander. They're back. J&M, we're going to bring J&M back up with us because she said they're back. We're going to bring you back up, J&M, and we're going to take care of the situation. They might have been a little bit sneaky. We're not going to let that happen, J&M. We're going to bring J&M back up here. We need to help J&M. A commander's work is never done. A commander's work is never done. Let's see. J&M, I just sent you a request. If you come up, I will help you. Evidently, we need to go full force with these beings. And if you're watching us now, welcome. I'm just reading comments here. Hey, Susan Murray, good to see you. Hey, Cheryl Brown, good to see you. Joseph Land says, I want to make contact. And we'll teach people on one of my shows how to how to make the right kind of contact, not just any contact. Hey, forgive me, God, for I have. Good to see you. So when we do a show, we'll do a show for everybody on how to make the right kind of contact. I know a lot of people want to make contact, but it's got to be the right kind of contact. So we'll have to do a whole show on that, or at least a portion of the show on that. Matthew Perkins, hey, Area 51, welcome. Shirley Sweden, welcome to the show. Charlie Thompson, Joshua Charlie, welcome. Lynn Barlow, Gail Chapman, Dustin 177, Jay Coolcat, welcome. Linda Hurst, PB62027, Divorca, I think it is. See through it. Kate, welcome to the show. All the people coming in, welcome. You know, I'd be going on and on if I kept reading everybody's names. I do acknowledge everybody. J&M, John Canner, hey brother, good to see you. J&M, KT, welcome. J&M, I need to help you again. Because if those negative beings came back, I need to help you. And we need to send a ship over to your location, and we need to have the command come in there and get rid of them. I don't know what's happening here, but I'm not getting a response. I think J&M was in here. Oh, that's interesting. Oh, that's very interesting. My TV just went on by itself. My TV, for a second, just went on by itself. Alrighty, let me make sure it's off. Now it's on. Now it is going to be off. And I can tell you, my hands are here. I didn't touch anything. The TV's in front of me. The remote control is on the couch right next to me. I had not touched the TV whatsoever. No joke. Thank you, Yu. We appreciate it. It'd be kind of funny if the command decided that, okay, Commander, it's time to go on the ship. We're getting you ready for going on the ship. I'd love to see that happen. Hey, child of God. Daraya, good to see you. I think I lost J&M. I don't know where she is. Oh, dear J&M, there you are. Okay, I just sent you a request. Just acknowledge my request, and we're going to stay bright tonight.
I was having some internet problems.
Oh, you're good now. I can hear you. How you doing?
Can you hear me now?
Yes, indeed. So I heard that they've come back.
Yeah. All of a sudden, last night I was having some problems again. So I think I had a few little sneaky ones come back.
Sneaky ones? Are they back right now?
Yeah.
Okay, we have to kick some cosmic butt here. The commander's not going to let that happen. We're going to do some work with you. I'm going to send 15 Ashtar Command people at your location in just a minute. We're going to get them right now. This is not happening.
They're so interested in our area.
I don't know why, but they're not going to be very interested when 15 Ashtar Commanders come off a ship and get them, because they're going to go. We're going to go after them tonight. If you're watching my show, I've worked with J&M before. We thought we got rid of them, but evidently these particular ETs are sneaky. But they're not smart enough for us not to get them. Okay? So if you're new to this show, some of the things, so I want to give people background what we're going to do. I've helped many people. We've had people that had negative ETs in their house.
Which are the ones that smell? Because you can really smell them and you can hear them.
You can hear them. Well, sometimes you might be getting that from the reptilians. They can do that.
Yeah.
I think most likely the reptilians are very sneaky. They're very, very sneaky.
Yeah.
So we're going to go after those reptilians tonight on Encounters. So we're starting the show off in a very active way here.
J&M is over by Michigan. There is reptilians, and I think that's what they are.
Yeah. Well, we're going to help you, and we're going to go through this process, which is not hard to do. I want you to close your eyes.
Okay.
We're going to do the breathing exercises. We're going to breathe in, and we're going to have you breathe out through your nostrils. Breathe a couple of times until you feel relaxed. And in a minute, I'm going to send a spaceship over your location about 20,000 feet above your location in Michigan. The ship will be cloaked. And for folks who are just watching this and wondering what I'm doing, I'm not from this world. I'm actually with the Ashtar Command. I am human. I have cosmic consciousness or Christ consciousness. I am from off planet. I was born here like other people as a star seed. I'm fully activated, and I'm able since the last 8 months to send ships over locations where people have had abductions and problems with negative ETs, and we have actually got them, and they've been quarantined. So you're going to see something. If you stick around, you're going to see what the commander does here. I don't channel anything. I don't have pendulums. I don't have, candles holding in my hand, neon lights behind me. I am the real deal. And what I do is real with the Ashtar Command. And my space family is watching this program right now on a monitoring screen on a spaceship off planet. So when you're relaxed, let me know. We'll get started.
I feel relaxed.
Okay. I'm sending a ship over your location now, about 20,000 feet above your location. The ship will be cloaked. There'll be no military radar that can detect our ships. We're sending, we're sending 15 Ashtar Command people on the ground level from our spaceship to your location in Michigan. I want our ship, the Ashtar Command ship, to monitor and scan the area in Michigan where the reptilians are hiding. Scan where they're hiding. And they've been interfering with my friend J&M here, so I want the 15 commanders. 5 are going to go. 5 of them are coming in the house. The other 10, please scan the area. Check every area where they could be hiding. Cloak yourselves, or if you have to go into other areas, check the whole area, please. Order for Michigan. Hey, KT. So what you're watching tonight is our first guest, who's been a guest before. We worked with her. We got rid of the reptilians, but evidently there were some sneaky ones that we didn't catch. And we're going to find them tonight, and they're going to be caught. And you're going to see it. You're not going to see them be caught. You're going to know that they're being caught. So in a minute, there'll be 5 space people from the command in your room. They're going to check the whole house again. And they're going to check any hiding places that the reptilians might be hiding at outside of your house or near your house. In a minute, 2 of the 5 will be coming up towards you, and they're going to put a protection shield around you even stronger. You should feel the energy in about a minute, in less than a minute.
Yes, I feel something.
Yes, they're working on an engine. You're putting a protective field around your body. You're going to have a protection field that's invisible around your physical human body now. It's going to be a shield that'll protect you wherever you go.
Wow.
They decided to do this because these reptilians are trying to do hanky-panky here. So here's the deal. I want the other 10 Ashtar commanders and our spaceship over Michigan to find these ETs that are kind of sneaky and hiding and got away. Find them and quarantine them now. I'm also a commander with the Ashtar Command. The word commander is I'm spiritually commanding my own being, but I'm also a commander. So I'm giving them the command to go after these ETs right now that are near your location. And near your location, they could be in another prime area hiding underground somewhere. They'll find them. They're going to find them.
Right.
The woman is going to, again, make sure they didn't interfere with your physical body. So they're going to work on your cellular structure. They're going to work on your consciousness, on the etheric body, and of course on the physical body. In a minute, you should feel one of them, the woman. I keep getting the forehead. She's going to touch your forehead. One of the other ones. The other one's going to work on your neck area. In a moment, you should feel something. And I know when the space people are there, because I start closing my eyes and I feel a connection to them. I'm feeling an energy connection to the space people.
Yes, I feel someone touching my head.
Yeah, she's touching your head now. She's going to scan your brain and scan the whole area to make sure they didn't try to influence or what she's saying is she's scanning your brain to make sure they didn't try to implant any things of control into your physical brain.
Wonderful.
They're scanning your body to make sure there's nothing that has been implanted etherically or any other way into your physical body right now.
Wonderful.
And if you're just tuning into the show, please stay focused. We'll get to your questions after we take care of this. So please stay focused on what we're doing here. We're helping a person that has been negatively affected by reptilians, and we are taking care of the situation as we speak. I want the command to check all the rooms for any residual energy from the reptilians that was left behind, to clear all the energies in the rooms and put a protection shield in all the rooms in her house, on the outside of her house as well. Amplify the protection shield now, please. How do you feel right now? Excuse me.
I feel good.
Good. Yeah, they've cleared out all the energy. Lobola, good to see you. Kaz, thank you for the hat. They've cleared out all the reptilian energy within the last few minutes.
Well, let's hope they know that they just can't keep coming back here.
We're going to, for the moment, I'm talking to them about this. We're going to keep 2 of the Astro Command people with you for a while until we're absolutely certain. And the Astro Command people will be cloaked. The reptilians, if they try to come back, will not know that the Astro Command people are there. So if they do come back, a group of them, they will be quarantined and caught like within a nanosecond. So we're going to stop them.
Good. Great.
You know, that's the one thing empowered in me, is the ability now to stop them, and we will stop them. Hey, Cuddy 303, good to see you. We're going to stop these reptilians. They, you know, the ones that are causing the havoc, they just don't care what they do, and it's just going to be stopped.
Beautiful.
I'm glad you came up here.
Yes, I am too. Before they start all coming again.
And you can always invoke to yourself whenever you feel you need to, that I am a commander in charge of my own physical and mental being, and that the reptilians can no longer come into my field of energy. You must stay away. I am a Christed being of light. You must stay away from me, and I do not want you here ever again. And that's how you can do that in your mental thoughts internally, and that's what you need to do. You need to take the power and tell them, no more. You're not doing this anymore. I'm empowered. You don't control me. You will not put fear into me. I'm going to throw you out of my energy field. You are a very powerful person, and you're going to stand in your power, J&M. And the reptilians, they're going to be quarantined and thrown off the planet.
Yes.
The ones that are doing this to you, we're going to stop them. And the reptilians know that I can stop them.
Thank you.
The Astro Command in general is stopping them. You know, this is their last big effort, you know, to try to put fear into human beings, that they think they can infiltrate their homes and put fear into human beings. This is not going to be allowed anymore. Not allowed. You know, off limits. You know. Thank you, Catherine.
Yes, thank you.
Well, Jen, and you know, if you ever need help, you can always call on the commander and I'll help you.
Yes, thank you so much.
Many blessings to you. We're going to keep two of the Ashtar people stationed there. The other Ashtar people will stay there till all day tomorrow. And then when they are at the end of the day of daylight Earth time, they will go back on the ship, and the ship will leave the area.
Okay. Thank you so much.
And remember, you are, say it again, I am a Christed being of light.
I'm a Christed being of light.
And the reptilians can no longer bother me.
And reptilians cannot bother me.
They can no longer bother me.
They can no longer bother me.
I am free.
I am free.
And that's the way it'll be.
And that's the way it will be.
There you go. There you go. Your blessing. We're going to let you down gently off the ship. Thank you for being here, J&M. And you shouldn't have any more problems. And if you do, it shouldn't happen. But if you do, I will be here to help you. That's the way we do it, brothers and sisters. That's some of the things we do on our show here. That's why we're not like a regular UFO talk show where they just talk about, oh, what was the metal made of the ship that crashed in 1947? Who cares? Like, that's the most important thing. This is more important. What we're doing to help people. You're welcome, J&M. I take my work very seriously on my broadcasts. You know, I like to have a little bit of, I have a sense of humor, but when things like this happen, I take my commandership within the Ashtar Command very seriously. I take my talk show host position very seriously. Okay? Hey, JJ Bird. Thank you. You know, when I started doing radio 21 years ago, I decided that I took that very seriously. And hey, Karen, good to see you. So I care about the people that are watching me. I care about my radio audience. I have no ego. No ego. I'm here to do the mission work. I love radio and TV broadcasting. I always have. But I want to use these tools to wake up the planet. Secret answer, should siblings date? You mean cousins or relatives? I guess some people have. I don't know how to answer that. You know, that's out of my league. You know, I couldn't tell you my answer on that. Do you go live on radio? Yes, I do, Tiffany. I go live every Sunday. This morning I was live, but my battery was low, and I had to get a new cable, which I am using now. Hey, Skip Grace, good to see you. So I had to get a new cable. I was live this morning, and then I got to 1% power, and I said, forget it. I won't be able to go live on the Sunday morning show. But I do a radio show every Sunday, 11:30 to 1. For 21 years. I love doing radio. I've done some TV, cable TV, number of years ago when they used big VHS tapes, and I used to go places with that and record interviews and so forth. But this is a little more simpler to just do it this way. So yes. Sandra, welcome. Connie Willis. Beatrice Gregory. User 763. So welcome to the show, everybody. And we're going to hopefully get into some interviews, tonight. J&M was our first guest. Hey, good to see you, Tim. Good to see you, brother. Connie Willis. Let's see here. CS. Lori, I think it's Swalson. Blue Cindy. Good to have you all new. Hey, Kit Kat, good to see you here. Welcome. Hey, Tim. So we'd like to interview people, and we'd like to find out if they've been a contactee, if they've been abducted, if they have information about disclosure, if we talked about things like the Agartha Network, we talked about Bigfoot, mer people, fairies, all these things are real, and we talk about them. And I'm always interested in people's stories, because when I hear your stories, our viewers hear your stories, it gives us an understanding of what is happening. Tiffany says, I radio's a lot. I did it for 3 years and I ran far, far away. Oh, I understand that. It could be a lot. I've been doing it for 21 years and I love it. You know, I love having my Sundays on the radio. But I do understand. It could be a lot being on radio that long or doing radio. Welcome, Heather, everybody else who's in here. So one of the things that really is important to understand that there are these negative ETs like the reptilians that are still on the planet hiding out. They're not a large group anymore. They never really were. But they're smart enough to try to harass people. I don't know who and how they select human beings to harass, but they do. And, when people come on my show and saying I'm being affected by these reptilians, we go into action. We go into Ashtar Command action, and we go in there, we send our ships there, and Ashtar people there, and we take care of the situation. It's like, it's almost kind of like, oh, just call 1-800-ASHTAR. If you have a problem, send us out to your location in a spaceship, and we'll help you solve your problem. Can you imagine having a TV commercial on regular TV? Are you being abducted by Zeta or reptilians? Call 1-800-ASHTAR if you need help. 1-800-ASHTAR. Call now. Our spaceships are waiting. I'm sure they're laughing on the ship now that I said that. They're watching the show. I'm sure they're laughing. Some reptilians are being forced to do what they do. But a lot of reptilians, these reptilians who are controlling their reptilian races, some of them are being forced to do things, but others really are doing things because they really are working with our government against the human population. But if you ever need help, just come in Encounters and call 1-800-ASHTAR, and I guarantee you we'll be right there for you. And we don't come by like vans or stuff like that. We have spaceships. We have spaceships. Although we don't have apple cider on the ships. When I go on the ship for the first time, I'm going to bring a gallon of apple cider and share with everybody on the spaceship for the first time. I will bet you that none of the Ashtar Command people on the ship have ever had a glass of apple cider. I will bet you that to be true. But I will share a whole gallon of cold apple cider. Hey, One Toad, good to see you. Terry Rivers, good to see you. Kanaka. Rudy Rude, I bet they like it. I bet they would, Jody K. Oh, I can never go. Most days, I don't mind drinking an ice cold glass of good water with some ice, but then I need to have my apple cider. I do admit I have an addiction to apple cider. Now, if that's the worst addiction a person can have, I'll live with it. Mosey, welcome. And Cole, good to see you. Cuddy 303, what's your question? I see ya. Pluck Culture, that's interesting. Hey, Pluck Culture. Ace, hey Ace, welcome to the show. Ashlyn, Omar, Bacon. Ray, thanks for joining us. Anna, thanks for coming in here. Debrak, welcome Debrak. Dubaloo. M. Neal, you make me want to try apple cider. You will if you want to. I dreamt about apple cider last night, something about being space juice. Hey, Kit Kat. Kay Looser, hello. Hey, Sweet Bees, good to see you. Borderline Banter, that's a good name. Siegfried, hey Siegfried. Everybody in there. Frogman, I'll tell you, some interesting names here. Hello, Ray, Louie. You're all coming in on a great show. This is actually a show called Encounters. The word UFO contact, you get the drift. This is an actual UFO spiritual talk show. And we interview all kinds of viewers out there around the world who want to come on live. Howdy there, Little Rock. Good to see you. And hey, Creative, thank you for the heart. Beverly, welcome. Creative, thank you again for the roses. And thank you so much for the roses. We certainly appreciate it. Enlightened Jess, good to see you. Alexis Hernandez, hey, good to see you, Alexis. Apple user 94 something. Leslie Hoopers or Hoops. Hey, Birdie. Beehive Vibe. That's a good one. Beehive Vibe. I like that. Catherine Lee. I'm going to keep reading names all night if I don't stop. Deb, good to see you. Top Secret Hair. You know, I never knew that hair was top secret, but now I do know that. Thank you, Alexis. We appreciate that. So here's the way it works. Please share and like. We want to get up to 100,000 likes, and that means if everybody taps on my profile here, you can actually bring up the numbers. So see the top corner where it says 24.8? If you tap really hard, everybody just taps together, that'll go up to 100,000. But it only does it when you physically tap the screen. You didn't know that, did you? So when you see these hearts, they only happen when you tap my screen. It brings up the likes. Hey, Lexicon, good to see you, brother. It brings up the likes, so you need to do that. Andrew, James, Drew, D, hey, D, welcome. Iveless, I think it's Iveless. Marilu, I think it is. Story Badger, welcome, Story Badger. M. Neil, was it surprising to you when you first made contact? Well, I can say when I first made contact, you mean when I was a kid, or in what context? What time period are we talking about? The 1960s? Or are we talking currently now? Oh, the first time? Oh, yeah, it was a surprise. When I was a kid, preteen, and I went upstairs, M. Neil, it was a surprise. I had no idea why I was going upstairs to my brother's room of all places on a 2-story house in a cul-de-sac in Long Island when I was a kid. Oh, it was definitely a surprise. I get up there, open the window up, and see a flying saucer with windows, like lights blinking in the center of it, and lots and lots and lots of space people that were tall, men and women. Some had long hair, some had short hair, and they were all looking at me. And your question got blocked? Oh, that's really weird. It shouldn't get blocked. Cuddy, I'm going to have to bring you up here, I guess, in a minute. But that was my first time, and Neil. My first and ever time seeing physically space people in a spaceship with light blue outfits on. Oh yeah, okay. So we'll have to figure out a different word then. Cuddy, I think they want to use a different word. But that was the only time I actually got to see the space people. Although, if I was taken off planet through my sleep, I might have had experiences I don't remember. That's highly possible. Hey, D, welcome to the show. Rainbow, welcome. Iga Diga, that's a good name. Melissa69. Pretend to be human and harass people? Okay, do reptilians pretend to be human and harass people, Cuddy? That's what you're saying? They can shapeshift. The reptilians can definitely shapeshift. And some of them are able to do that. Just to answer your question. Now I know what you're saying. Lockfire, welcome. Matt Jones, welcome to Encounters. Chosen X1, good to see you. Sarah Flores, welcome to the show. Good to see you, Tiffany. All the beautiful people, Red Jen. Jerry, welcome. Jill Z, welcome, Jill Z. Girls, girl, welcome. Hey, Red Jen. Kerry 79, welcome back. Janet Daisy, welcome to our show. D-Vink, welcome to the show Encounters. Diane, welcome to Encounters. You're watching a UFO show called Encounters. For the new people, this is actually a talk show, so I'm glad you found us. If you stick around a while, I think you might like it. I know what TikTok's like. There's like 10,000 people out there. Tar. But if you stick around to this thing called Encounters, boy, are you going to get addicted pretty quick. You're going to be addicted to Encounters. I guarantee it, new people. Give yourself a chance to relax and enjoy the show. Hey, Billy, welcome to the show. Jay Bear. Hey, Jay Bear. Thank you for the share. So what's on your mind? What's on your med? It says you're a grumpy old man. Turtle Soup 7. Welcome to Encounters, UFO show. So I do realize there are a lot of people out there. Now, I want to ask this question of 180 plus people. How many of you, hey Bill Norris, how many of you out there in the world, Bahama Mama, how many of you are having physical encounters in your home? I mean, are you having positive encounters with space people? Are you having abduction experiences? Thank you, Nicole. Abduction experiences on your property, in your home, from negative ETs. What's going on out there? I know people have experiences that are happening. Teresa Talbert, what's happening out your way? You said big time. Are you having direct contact with space people, Teresa? Flora Ada, me commander. Flora Ada, what's happening with you? Are you having encounters? Teresa, I think is, maybe Flora is. I have to sleep. I'm in the UK. How can I view these videos? Linda, just go on my YouTube channel, Ashtar Command Spaceship News. Ashtar Command Spaceship News on YouTube. All my shows are on there. Rainbow and Crystal says, I had a nighttime sleep paralysis with something snarling in my ear. Let me see here, Cuddy. Okay, now I can see you. I had a couple of months ago, and I feel it's still somewhat affecting me. Flora, we're gonna get to you. Flora Ada. Teresa says big time. I'm gonna see if we can bring Teresa up. I think she's having encounters with space beings, or maybe she's having a abduction experience. I don't know. So we're gonna find out here, folks. Hey, Teresa. Good evening.
Hi, how you doing?
We're doing good. How are you?
Pretty good. No, I live out in the country on a farm. We have a big pond, and several times a month, sometimes a couple times a week, there's a red and white light that just hovers over our pond, and it'll stay there 10, 15 minutes and then shoot back over the tree line.
And how long has this been going on for?
Oh gosh, about 7 or 8 months.
Really?
Yeah.
So since it started, has anything weird been going on in your house?
My daughter and son-in-law, he's a pretty negative person. My daughter, she takes walks out in the woods, and she'll hear whispers at her, and she thinks that has something to do with this light that hovers, over the pond. It's almost like a sparkling red white, and it's not very big.
How far up in the sky is this light? Is it really high up, or is it like lower?
No, it gets low over the pond. It gets pretty low, but when it shoots up and over the tree line, I don't know, 40, 50 feet.
Wow.
And my daughter definitely, and I do too, I believe it's some kind of, intelligent contact. We don't know exactly what.
Yeah.
But we feel that.
It could be a small unmanned ship. What we call an unmanned, like the spaceships, they can send an unmanned small craft, which it probably is. And you're out in the country, so that leaves out any possibilities of like any conventional aircraft being that
definitely, yeah.
And it's going on for several months now, which if people are watching the show, if it's been going on for several months, that's pretty impressive. When you see this object, what do you feel? Like, do you feel anything?
You know what? I'm not afraid of it. I'm calm, and I know it's something that I can't explain. But I mean, I'm calm. It's not scary. It's not a scary thing.
No, evidently it's not coming down and swooping over your house or sending some negative ETs in there to cause problems. So obviously, I don't feel you're having any problems actually.
Right. Yeah. It's not something that we're afraid of, but we definitely know that it's something, of intelligence, or, just something, keeping an eye on something. We don't know if it's the pond or the farm itself. No, we've never had anything negative at all happen. No, not at all.
Good. I mean, I'm not getting that either. So I think that the object comes from a bigger ship, like an actual manned ship of space people of some sort. And I think this object is a monitoring system. For whatever reason, it's interested in your area, and that's why it's there. I don't know what it's interested in, but the unmanned craft is interested in something.
Okay. Well, I appreciate your time, and I really enjoy listening to you interact with others and others interacting. I think that's awesome.
Hey, Teresa, you're awesome. I hope you have a blessed night, and I thank you for sharing that story. Now we know a little bit more of what it was, and by coming up here, that helped quite a bit.
I appreciate it. Thank you so much.
All right, everyone. We're going to let Teresa
night.
down the ship. You too. And we're going to bring another person up here. Let me see. Where is she? We're going to go back to this other person that I think is having abduction experiences. Let's see. Where is she? Tanya. I don't know who the other person is. Tanya. Lights stay bright, please, please, please. We're going to bring Tanya up here. Let the technology work good.
Hello.
Hey, Tanya. Hey, Tanya. Welcome to the show. You're our third guest.
Thank you.
You're welcome. Whereabouts are you?
Minnesota.
Oh, great. We have plenty of people out there watching the show in Minnesota. So tell me about your thing. I was just looking at your comment, and tell me what's going on and when it happened.
It happened about 1.5 years ago, and I was home alone. And I've been spiritual off and on all my life, whatever. Anyway, I walked up the stairs and I turned on the light, and I couldn't believe this. There was a being sitting on my bathroom counter holding a baby, but they were alien looking.
Mm-hmm.
And I screamed, "Oh my God, go away."
Mm-hmm.
I was just curious if anybody else experienced that in their home.
Okay, well, that's a very interesting story. So, what time of the night was it, and when was this specifically? Do you remember the date or any time period when it happened?
It was about 1.5 years ago, and it was about 11 o'clock at night.
So, do you live alone, or what's going on with that?
No, I live with my family, but they were out of town at our lake house. Yeah.
Right. So you were alone that night. You came home.
Yep.
Were there any lights on in the house, or were the lights off when you got home?
All the lights are off.
Oh, great. So you come in the house, all the lights are off, and you end up going upstairs to the bathroom?
Yep.
And when you go in the bathroom and turn the light on, there's a extraterrestrial holding a baby.
Yeah, it was like a mom or a grandma. I got the feeling.
Huh.
And
so
it was a mom, I think it was a mom and a baby. Mm-hmm. I'm not sure.
And what did the baby and the being look like?
A bigger head, and then it had really big almond eyes. Mm-hmm. I don't know. It was like kind of like a translucent.
And was it
kind of?
Tall?
I mean, it was.
Would you say if it was to stand up, was it taller than you?
No, it was sitting on the counter.
Sitting on the counter.
My bathroom.
This is the strangest. Counter. This has got to be the strangest story in all my life I've ever heard of. You're coming home.
Really?
You go upstairs. Yeah, it absolutely is. You come home. You go upstairs. Turn the light on. Sitting on the counter in the bathroom is an ET with almond eyes holding a baby. Now that is a story that's a story that is above any story I've ever heard of before, and that is just amazing. So you thought it was it a female ET,
yep,
or do you think it was a? Nope,
it was a female. I kind of got the motherly feeling.
Mm-hmm. And when were you afraid of it when you turned the light on and saw that with the baby? What was going on in your mind?
What the hell is going on? It's what was in my mind.
Right.
They weren't scary, but I wasn't expecting that, and I've never seen anything like that. So, yeah, I panicked.
What's really weird is that it was your house of all the homes in Minnesota, your
Right.
house in Minnesota. Are you in like a rural area, a suburban area, or a built up area?
Rule.
You're in a rural area. Here we go.
Yep.
You're in a rural area. There's not many places or things around you. And
Right.
this Zeta being with a baby is sitting on a counter in your bathroom.
Yeah.
That's amazing. I mean, I believe you. I'm not telling you I don't believe you. This is a different story than I've ever
Yeah.
heard on my show or even on radio.
It's freaky, and I don't know why, but I didn't feel that they meant me any harm. I felt like they were going to communicate or something, but like
Interesting.
I've never seen that. So,
and what did the baby look like?
just like the adult, but smaller, and it was sitting on the woman's lap. Yeah, kind of yeah. But they didn't look like they were ominous. They looked peaceful.
Yeah, UFO. Yeah, I know. So yeah, I definitely believe it. I'm just I'm just finding fascinating when I get like this. Just look at it as being fascinating with your story. I think it's good to hear this because it's something different than some of the stories that I've heard of. So I'm with you 100%. Just to let you know, I want to know. So I just find it fascinating in a rural area, anywhere in space, anywhere on the planet they can come to anybody's house, your house. Your family's away. You come in your house, and she's sitting. She could have taken the baby and sat on your couch, maybe, and been more comfortable. You know, I mean, this is my thinking, but I'm not them, so I don't know how they think. Maybe they're comfortable where they are. So, did the baby look? Someone's asking, did the baby look cute? I mean, if you had a,
not really. Well, I mean, it was not human, so.
Yeah. So this woman, do you know what telepathy is?
Yeah.
Did you try to communicate with it? I know it wasn't something you expected. Did you, once you got through the initial emotion, did you try to even communicate with it?
No, I fell over. I was in such shock and terrified, and I said, go away, I'm not ready. And
what did it do?
It was there for a minute, and then it just dissipated.
It dissipated and completely, it just disappeared in the room. It didn't walk out. It just disappeared.
No, it just faded out.
Interesting. So that's what I mean. It faded out of your room, probably back to wherever it came from, which is probably a spaceship or something.
Great.
So let me ask you a question. In your life, did you ever have anything called an abduction experience?
Not that I know of.
Not that you know of. I'm trying to just read into this more because normally, again, and I can't assume this at all, but obviously you were chosen to see this baby in your bathroom of all places. You were chosen to see this baby by the Zeta, who you say looked like she was a female being. I find it intriguing, your story, and I'm still trying to figure out why, you're in a rural area, you never had any abduction experiences, but this Zeta with the baby chose you to be there to see the baby and nobody was home. I found that really interesting.
Yeah, I felt I felt a connection to him after when I thought about it and calmed down. Kind of felt some weird connection after. I don't know.
So you've never in your life, I believe that you've never been abducted, but there's some connection there.
Yeah.
Someone's asking, how were they dressed? The space being, the Zeta with the baby. How was she dressed or whatever?
They just had, what is it? Kind of well, she had a shawl over her head, and the baby did too. And it was just Ugh, strange.
Mm-hmm.
So that's not normal, huh?
Well, nothing ever is normal when it comes to this subject sometimes. I just
Yeah.
find it intriguing that evidently the space being, the Zeta, respected you and decided to leave because you said you
Yeah.
wanted to leave. So
Yeah.
there was a respect there for you, which is
Yeah.
interesting. You weren't taken on their ship or abducted or anything. So we know
Mm-mm.
that's out of the picture. But somehow you afterwards said that you started feeling a connection. Am I correct?
Yeah. Yeah, it was really strange. Like, kind of
Mm-hmm.
like, I want to go home. I don't even know how to explain that because I
Yeah,
was home. But
interesting. Yeah,
yeah.
you're physically in your Earth environment home. Yeah, you're already home, but your
Yeah.
consciousness is starting to focus a little bit more on the experience.
Yeah.
And you're thinking to yourself, when you say, I want to go home, it's almost an acknowledgement that you, even though you have an Earth family and a nice family that you're married to and everything, you said, I want to go home. Now, I don't think home is that necessarily with a Zeta, but something triggered something in your memory about something else, correct?
Yeah, I think so.
And then the other person, it's interesting. X, thank you for saying that. You said to the space being, I'm not ready. You actually said that to them, correct?
I did. Yeah. Yep.
If you're saying I'm not ready, if you were to be hypnotized with the right type of person, I think you're going to find out that there's some connection with you and the ET level, and that's why you said I'm not ready.
Yeah.
I think they're trying to see if you're ready to go with them. I'm not suggesting you do that, but I think there's something about your connection is way deeper than you're able to remember. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Do you feel that?
I don't know. Yeah. Yeah. And
Um, hmm.
the baby that she was holding though, I work with special needs kids, so I love,
Mm-hmm.
love, love children.
Mm-hmm.
And so maybe I kind of felt a connection with that. Maybe, I
Mm.
don't know. I don't know.
Very interesting. Very interesting. I'm almost tempted to do something here.
What's
If you
that?
watch my show, well, I've
Yep.
sent spaceships. So in your case, you've not been abducted. Um, hmm. But if I send two space people over there, what I'd like to do is have them work on your brain tonight and your consciousness to have you remember everything about who you are, truly, not just this person, Tanya, living in Minnesota. That would be my gift to you tonight. I'd like to bring two of our medical people to your location. They're men and women. They're human. They're about 70 feet tall from the Astro Command. I'd like them to be able to reactivate your memory, your galactic memory, and your consciousness.
Okay.
How would you like
Okay.
that?
I would love it.
Okay, so we're going to give
I
you a
would love
gift
it.
here. We're going to do this thing.
Thank you.
Yes, indeed.
Thank you.
Yes. So I want you to close your eyes, and I want
Okay.
you to take some deep breaths in and then relax. I want you to breathe out of your nostril, breathe in and out a couple times until you feel really relaxed and calm. So if people see me close my eyes, I always do this whenever I do this kind of thing with the command. I'm really focused. I'm not sleeping, so don't get any ideas, folks. So as you're breathing, breathe out through your nostrils, and when you're done and you're relaxed, let me know.
I'm good.
Okay, great. So we're going to send a ship over your location. We will send actually 3 of our space medical people in your rural area. Righty. And they're coming into your house now. 2 women and 1 man. Do you have a 2-level home or is
Yep.
it 1 level? 2 level.
2
Okay.
level.
You don't have any basements, do you?
I do.
Okay. So actually, we're going to make it 4 to be equal. We're going to have 2 of them go into the basement area. They're going to check all the energy levels. They're going to check all the rooms, check the energy frequencies of the room. The other 2 are going to be the ones that are going to help you remember. So what we're going to do now is have both of them come close to you. One's a woman, one's a man. The woman is going to work on activation. So she's going to work on activation of your consciousness to remember everything about you, not only your human life, but your life beyond being human, meaning that you have a galactic you that is a cosmic you that you're going to be able to now activate. They'll activate your memory, and within weeks, you'll start remembering things about yourself and why you felt the way you did about that baby on the counter with the space being with the almond eyes. So as you now proceed to sit there, I'm going to have both of them start to do some work. One's going to work on the, like I said, the brain area, on the activation mode of consciousness, and the other one's going to work with their hand on the back of your above your neck, on the back of your head. There, they're showing you what they're doing. In a moment or two, you should feel them doing what they're doing. They're going to do some activations of your consciousness. And give me a moment. Take your time, relax. And both of them should be touching you in about a second or two.
Ooh, my head is hot.
Man, whenever I do this stuff, I'm like feel very connected to the space people where you are. We have like an unseen connection telepathically with them right now.
Mm-hmm.
And it's like a point of conscious right here, like it's right here for me, and I'm just like amped up here. So yeah, they're working on you right now. You're going to start feeling a lot of energy going through your brain, cellular parts of your brain, all the wiring of your brain. They're going to be working on unblocking any memories you might have not remembered since you were a kid, and you're going to remember everything very shortly about not just this space being that was in your counter in the bathroom when you came home alone and had the baby. The baby she's holding the baby, and then when you asked the space being to leave, it left. Are you able to go on your camera?
No, I'm in bed, so.
Oh, you're in bed.
Sorry.
We're not going to do that to you. We won't do that to you. Yeah. So as you're now relaxed and everything, they are working on your brain. That's the main area where the blockage was. So they're going to block everything in your consciousness. You're not going to have any blockages anymore. When you go into your dream state, say again?
I feel burning in my crown. I'm like there's a band around my forehead.
Yeah, they're activating a lot of stuff in you right now. They're working on it. By the time they're done, you're going to feel really a lot of peace and calm. There was some stuff done to block you, and they're taking the stuff out that was blocking you. You're not getting more blockages anymore. They're taking any kind of etheric implants that were in your brain area. They're taking that stuff all out. In a moment, you should feel not a real implant. Like an etheric implant is not a physical implant, but there was an implant in order for you to have the connections you had with the space being and the baby.
Okay.
Yes, absolutely. But it wasn't like when I've dealt with people before, and the space people have come to their homes, they've physically taken out physical implants, and yours was not a kind of traditional physical thing. It was certainly there, but it wasn't the same as most implants that they've dealt with, so to speak. You should start feeling a little bit calmer.
Yeah.
And your brain should start feeling calmer. You should feel like a tingling sensation for the next day or two. That's just because your brain is now activated on a galactic level. It's not just a human brain. Your brain is also not just human. It never always has been human, just human. You do have now a full 100% activated brain, and you'll be able to, when you go to sleep, before you go to sleep, and you have your dreams or want to have a dream, You can say, I'm a Christed being of light. I wish to connect with my star family. And you also, if you choose to do so, you can find out where that baby and that other being came from. Those are called Zeta, with the almond eyes. I don't know where that particular one came from with the baby, but you can, if you choose to make the connection, that's up to you. I would say the best thing for you is to focus on saying that I am a Christed conscious being of light, and you are. And now you will know you are. Your brain is now fully activated. Your consciousness is fully activated. Hey, Mahansuk. And you'll be able to, hey, namaste, brother. You'll be able to do what you wish to do. So coming home at 2 in the morning or 1 in the morning and going upstairs into your bathroom, there won't be some space being with a baby sitting on your counter.
Yeah.
And
I can't
that
wait
would
to
be
remember.
Yeah, you will definitely remember. I want you to say this very importantly to yourself, and say it loud and proud. I do this to everybody. I am a Christed being of light.
I'm a Christed being of light.
And no ET can come into my home without my permission.
No ET can come in my home without my permission.
I am empowered in the light.
I am empowered in the light.
I am a Christed being of light.
I am a Christed being of light.
Beautiful, sister. See, everything's very simple. I'm not doing rituals or run around the living room here with a tree in my hand or something. Everything I do, I wouldn't do that anyway. I know people might think it's funny, but you'll never see me do it. I do have a sense of humor, but I also am seriously involved in the work I do to help people on the show. And you are now activated. The space people will be with you for till tomorrow, and then they will leave and go back on the ship.
Okay. Wow. Thank you so much. I'll have to come back and tell you what I remember.
When you do remember, you let me know. You're always welcome back on the show.
Absolutely. I'm excited to share.
All right, Tanya. Everyone give Tanya a clap, a round of applause. She's beautiful, beautiful soul. And I'm glad you told that story. I've never heard a story like that before, forever in my life in this subject matter. So thanks for sharing it.
You're welcome. Thank you,
All
and
right.
have a great night. All right,
You
bye-bye.
too, Tanya. Tanya in Minnesota, folks. Follow her. All right. And yeah. Hey, Big O, Tex. Good to see you. Hey, Cat Life. Everybody here. See, this is the beautiful part of what I do. I've gotten so used to doing this in the last 8 months. At first, I was like, what's going on? I'm doing this stuff. I'm sending spaceships places. I'm so used to doing this now. It's like secondhand for me. I never know when there's going to be a situation like a story like this where I will send a spaceship over from the command to assist that person. And I'm happy to do it. Now, there's somebody waiting in the guest thing. Let me see who that is. We have Exena Live Z. Exena Live. Exena, can you tell us a little bit about yourself? Exena, hey, Weema, good to see you. Yeah, I can, Cat Life. Let's see here. There's a couple. Let me see. Oh, Cat Life, yeah. We will definitely get Cat Life up here. You'll be our fourth person. And also, before we get started, I know my friend April was on live earlier. I knew for sure that April was being taken on the ship. Yeah, she just went off planet. I knew that was going to happen. We have, just so you know, Cat Life, if I'm familiar with April, or my friend from Vermont.
Yeah, I'm friends with her on here, yeah.
Yeah, she just went off the ship. Oh yeah, she's definitely safe. Our parents are on the ship. My parents Luna and Rovar, my two sisters and brother on the ship. I'm sure there's stuff going on, and she'll come back with information.
Yeah, she comes back with some amazing images, don't she?
Oh, always. She always has some beautiful things. And tell us what's happening your way tonight.
Well, I wanted to refer to what happened last night, and that was, it was quite hot, and I wanted to go out to put some trash in the, bin, recycling bin. It's just like, about 2 minutes up the road. So I went out there and it was like quite windy, and like, you know, when it's like really windy, the clouds move faster. So the clouds were opening up gaps, and then it gave me like a window through that I could see through the clouds. And I seen 3 starships that were moving about above the cloud cover, over towards like the field direction. It's like a valley here, you know, like you've got a valley which goes like central, and then it moves up, and then there's like all trees around it. It's pretty much like a basin.
Okay.
And there was like floating about out there above the basin. And you know, there was pretty illuminated. And then I'm standing there at the bin and I'm watching, and they've obviously they've clocked me in about 2 seconds. They detected me. And then like they shut the lights down to make it really dim.
Wow.
And then they like moved up to the clouds to hide.
So there were 3 of these spaceships, and they tried to cloak themselves so you wouldn't see them, correct?
They just dimmed it down so it's not too obvious.
Yeah. Not to be obvious. That's almost like cloaking. They're not totally cloaked. They just don't want you to see them. But, you know, the consciousness of the beings on those 3 ships, they knew you were watching them, correct?
Yeah, they detected my presence, and they reacted.
They're able to do that.
And I've had that happen.
A lot of people, Cat Life, that I've interviewed, when they have one-on-one encounters with spaceships, the beings on the ship, they say they feel the energy of the ship. They feel that there are space people watching them. And it happens always historically, it's true that like a Cat Life, what he's talking about is very true. When that sighting happens, you know, it's happening for a person like Cat Life, or it could be the young lady down the street. They do that because you're supposed to, they want you to see them, even though now they're dimming their lights out. Obviously, you were aware of them, they were aware of you, and there's a connection there, correct?
Pretty much so. There must be, on some level, there must be some kind of way that they can detect that I'm there. But my neighbour has said that he's seen them out there before. He didn't really.
Oh, your neighbours saw them.
Yeah, my neighbour's seen them out there before, and he's lived there like pretty much all his life. Like his father planted grapevines like 50 years ago, so I know he was here back then.
Wow.
And he said he's seen a lot of them here, but if we get a really clear night, you can see like way up into the universe, and there's always like, a few that are. I'm in Portugal.
You're in Portugal, okay.
Portugal.
Wow. So that's interesting. And where in Portugal are these sightings constantly happening? Do you know?
I'm in central Portugal, but I've seen
Portugal.
Yeah, but I've seen these particular ships. I've seen them in England. I've seen them in Germany. I've seen them in Holland. When I've been traveling, driving, I've seen them. This exact model, or this type of ship, these ones that I'm seeing.
Have you recorded or documented these ships? Have you recorded any of the ships?
Oh yeah, I've recorded them loads of times on my phone and stuff. I've stood out there at 5 o'clock, just like recording for an hour, and it's just stuck there above my house.
Wow. Can you send me some footage to look at?
Yeah, I will do.
You know, I'll give you my email.
I'll start taking some because I just get apathetic with it, and I can't be. I don't feel motivated to film them, type of thing.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah. Well, send me the best footage you have, and what I will do is I have my main page here, my Astro Command Spaceship News, where I post real UFO spaceship videos. And if yours is clear for me, I will actually post it so other people can see it. I'd love to do that.
I'll start gathering some new footage together for you then.
Okay, that'd be great.
So you can see exactly what I'm talking about.
And it seems to be, Cat Life, that you're having continuous encounters, at least visually, with these spaceships, correct?
Yeah, I mean, this is going way back to when I was a child, like it must have been about 4 or 5. We was in a car going on in England, going on holiday. We was on a journey which should have taken about, I think it should have taken about 5 hours. And it ended up like the time was cut in half, but we seen a white flash in the sky. That's what my mum said. The time was cut in half of the journey.
As a child, do you think you had any direct visitations with these beings? Since you're an adult now, I get the feeling that you're just having more than just sightings. Or would
Yeah,
I be
I'll
incorrect in
tell
that?
you now. Remember the last time I came on, I told you that I was out on my bike one day. I was
Yeah.
driving down this country lane. In my
Yeah.
mind's eye, I could see there was a commander of a starship. I was in like a big seat. I had a console in front of me, screen.
Yeah.
I was on a ship. I could see, space and that. I knew what it was.
Yeah.
And
I remember the last time you talked about that. And
a
I think
glimpse
there's
in that.
you have definitely a connection with these space beings.
Yeah.
And I think from what I'm getting, they're more human like us than not, correct?
Oh, completely. The ones that when I got taken onto that ship that time, which was like the new Enterprise, like a really new, highly advanced one, which was beautiful inside and outside, and it was the fastest I've ever moved in my life on that ship. It was the fastest, and it
Wow.
was so fast that I think it like scrambled my atoms or something like that, or the light in my body. It scrambled the light in my body, and I froze. I went to get off the ship when we docked on this planet. And this planet was there was no daylight there. It was just like thunder and lightning and dark,
Yeah.
nighttime.
And was that the planet that they're from?
I don't know, but it was a particular base that was there that they took me to. I went into an
Yeah.
elevator down inside this
Yeah.
planet.
Yeah, I don't think that's their planet. Like you said, you used the word base. They could
The
have bases
base
on other
might be like
places, right?
a habitable planet type of thing. It was just like a base was there.
Yeah. Well, if you ever go back on the ship again, I got a little bit of cosmic homework for you here. I want you to telepathically ask them where their home planet is, where they're from, and if they can take you there so you can see what that planet looks like. Could you possibly do that?
Yeah, I'll write that down and I'll remember it, memorize it. But some of the details I can give you are they had like skin tight blue suits on, men and women. They had a badge on the chest. I can't remember exactly what the symbol was. There's a woman with blonde hair. She was like my guide. She was looking after me, whereas the others were all walking ahead. And they were just like normal people in these suits, like brown hair, like you, or like lighter blonde hair like me, and
Yeah.
that's all they was.
Interesting. Yeah, I want you to. Yours is a very positive story for people on my show listening to this or watching it.
Yeah, there's
He's been,
nothing negative about it. It's like
yeah,
no wonder ride of your life.
yeah. I think it'd be great because you're what I call a contactee of the positive kind, which is different than for people.
Totally.
There's a difference.
I've
Yeah,
never seen them other ones. They're just these people that have come to me.
yeah,
And however, I don't know how they extracted me, but boom, I'm on the ship and we're on the way.
yeah. No, they're able to take you on the ship in 2 seconds.
Yeah.
It's that quick. My friend April, they take her through a rift and in her home, and she's on the ship in 2 seconds on the Astar ship. She's off planet right now. She went off planet probably about 15 minutes ago.
And
So,
a point that I forgot to mention a minute ago was that when we got to this planet, I went to get off the ship, I froze. It was as if the travel, the speed scrambled me a bit. So I said to the woman, I can't move. And she gave me this white pill. I took this white pill, it's quite big. And then instantly I could move again and I was cured.
Oh, good. Yeah, so they obviously have ways of helping you when you're on their ship if you're not used to certain things. I mean, they're very aware of that. I would like to ask them when you talk to them again, ask them very carefully, like so the woman, you have a relationship with her on some level, ask her what planet they're from. And that'd be very cool to do that,
Yeah, I'll write this down so I don't forget.
Yeah. Yeah,
It's a good way to memorize stuff. You write it down and then you can just go over it before you go to sleep or whatever.
Oh yeah, absolutely. So the
Origin
question,
planet.
yeah, like origin of planet. I want to know where she comes from. Ask her what her name is, and have they been to planet Earth before? Have they been to our planet before? Those 3 questions.
Yeah, I'll try and get an answer on those.
Yeah, no, I
3
appreciate that.
questions.
I got a feeling you're going to have contact again. Well, you can instigate contact automatically. You're fully able to do that. Reading your energy, I already know that. You have
Focus and intention. Putting the
focus,
focus and
intention. Yes,
intention out like a call,
yes,
isn't it?
yeah. Oh, thank you, Papa Smurf. Yeah, yeah, definitely do that. I'm very interested, and I know my audience would be interested to see what responses you get from the space woman.
Yeah, it'd be great. Let's see what we can gather.
Yeah, absolutely. And you're always welcome here because this show is all about this. So, yeah, absolutely.
Yeah, appreciate it. I'll tune in more often because I like to hear other people's stories as well, and then I can compare it in my mind to what
yeah,
I
it's
know.
good. Comparison is really a good thing to do. Absolutely. I appreciate that. Everyone, Cat Life over in Portugal. Thanks for coming on, brother.
Yeah, I'll speak to you soon then, Commander. Appreciate it for letting me on.
Always, always. You know what? You know that. Let's see here. That was Cat Life. He's having positive encounters since he was a kid with the space people that are human. And she has blonde hair and they're wearing spacesuits that are tight. And we're going to see if we can get more information about this woman to share with us next time he comes on. You're watching Encounters. Also, breaking news. Who wants to come up and who was on April's Live? Anybody who was on April's Live want to tell me what happened specifically? I was watching her earlier before 11 o'clock, and she was talking about things regarding the Ashtar Command. And I had to go on my live, so I wasn't able to stay on to see what happened. So who wants to come up who has a full memory of what transpired before April went off planet tonight? And for those that know who April is, she's like a sister. She is with the Ashtar Command. I am with the Ashtar Command. She's been on the ships now probably over 45 or 46 times. And yeah, Xena can share. Yeah, definitely, Xena. We're going to bring you up. We'll bring you up in just a minute. Was anybody on April's Live and actually remembers what happened before she went off planet? If you wish to tell that shortly for like a short story, then I'm going to bring Xena up and she'll be our next guest. After that, Xena, you'll be definitely our next guest for sure. Okay, this is just... They were dancing and stopped. Okay, so who wants to come on live for a minute and tell me what happened about the dancing and stopping on April's Live before they took off planet? It was pretty quick. They called her to go. Okay, I'm just going to choose somebody here. I'm going to bring Honey McReynolds up here. Then Xena, we're going to bring you up in a minute. Honey McReynolds will be our person of information. Hey, Honey McReynolds, how you doing?
I'm doing well. Can you hear me well?
Yes, indeed. You sound great.
Thanks. Well,
So
it was pretty quick. She wasn't expecting them. She told us that she didn't feel like she was going to be going tonight because she hadn't heard anything. We were dancing. Nick was there. Excuse me. Johnny's dad showed up. And pretty quick after that, she said, "Hey guys, I'm going to have to go. They're here.
Yeah.
So it was pretty quick.
Yeah. And if she had to go, there has to be a reason. There's probably something serious going on. So they had to take her on the ship. And we'll find out when she comes back what's going on there. But I had this feeling when I wasn't on there just for like 15 minutes before my show. she was still on doing her thing, talking about stuff, and there was no music playing when she was just talking. So I got to get ready for the encounter show, but I had this feeling in the back of my mind that she was going to be taken off planet.
Well, she was talking about, she was trying out her new filter and we were watching them go in and out through her hands. And then we turned the music on. And that's when Nick and some of the others showed up and they were Nick was really the one doing all the dancing.
Nick doing all the dancing?
Yeah, he really likes all that. He was wanting he was asking for the gifts and being silly and goofy, and she kept but right before that she'd been talking about how she felt a lot of power. She was getting some surges, and that's why she said I don't understand, because I don't think they're going to take me tonight, but I am feeling a lot of power surges. I don't know. Anyway, it was fun, and she's gone.
Yeah, no,
she'll come back and tell us.
She will. I know when she does those things and that happens, sometimes my parents come off the ship and they're in her room and she'll say, "Oh, your mother's here, your father, from the ship." But I was there earlier, but that's before all the stuff was going on with the music, and I had to get ready for the show here. So we'll find out what's going on. Everybody will hear about it. All right. Hey, honey, thank you for sharing that. All right.
Okay. Thank you.
All right. You're a blessing. Yeah, I'll just disconnect you right now. I'm going to bring Exina up. Exina, again, I didn't forget about you. Let me see. I don't think her dad, I don't think it was her dad. I think one of the other commanders. Exina, let's see. Here we go. Exina, you only have 5 followers. Okay, Exina, go off and change your setting to public. Change your setting, Exina, to public. When you change it to public, you need about 45 more followers, and I can bring you up live. So what you need to do, I want to hear your story. Change your setting to public so people can follow you. You have it on private. You need to switch it over. And good lass, April is definitely okay. She goes on ship. Our space family, our Astro Command family took her on the ship. Oh, yeah, she's absolutely fine. Hey, Daniel Starr, we're doing good. Let's see here. Oh, yeah, she should be happy about it. Oh, okay, Xenia Live. Here we go. We'll get you on here. And,
hello?
Yeah. Hello, good evening. How are you?
Hello, good evening. I'm doing well, and yourself?
We're doing good. And are you over 18?
I'm sorry?
Are you over 18?
Yes, I'm 28.
Oh, good. And whereabouts are you, Xena?
I live in Bakersfield, California.
Oh, great. And I know you have a story to tell. So welcome to the most popular spiritual UFO talk show on social media. So let's get a little background, too, on you. When did things happen? Can you tell us what the story's about and fill our audience in?
Okay, so let's start with the fact that I have been seeing like spiritual beings, alien-like, since I was a child. I've had a connection with a spiritual being who I consider like somewhat as my spiritual doctor, and I call her Dr. Ann. She's like a human hybrid. She's a green human hybrid alien. She has very dark eyes and of course very like green skin. She's very slender and about 6 feet, I want to say 8 feet tall, and in my vision, she wears a red trench coat, and it's very long. It covers her body. And she also has, of course, telepathy and healing abilities. And so since I was a child, I felt like I could always connect to her. And I've always spoken to her in my sleep. And I was always able to, how do you say, in an out out of body experience. Like,
Yeah, like leave your body, which is called go into a Merkaba state, and actually go on a spaceship. Correct?
correct, exactly.
Mm-hmm.
Although I am able to do these things, one particular experience occurred that I still have questions about, and for some reason, Dr. Ann and I have not been able to talk about it. And so I'm curious if there's any answers that you may have. So, the specific experience, I meditate. This happened about when I was 21, 22 years old, and I'm 28 now. And I am a meditator. I'm a spiritual meditator. And so I was meditating on a specific meditation to enhance my consciousness in a different level in the physical realm. And so I was meditating for 3 months straight, and there was no communication with the outside world, as in, like, no communication with my family, with friends,
Right.
with beings,
Or people or
extraterrestrial,
whatever. Yeah.
anyone. And so I was strictly on my meditation for 3 months, and there was no eating, no consumption of nothing. It was like a purification of some sort. And so I was meditating as normal, and I immediately felt a rush of energy go up towards the back of my spine, and it stopped at the bottom of my neck. And so this is what I am confused about. I heard a voice that told me to stand up, and not only did I hear the voice, I felt my body almost come back to me, and like it was being controlled, or in some way it was being manipulated. My energy was being manipulated for me to stand up, because I stood up without even thinking. It was like an immediate reaction. So once I stood up, I immediately stood up, and then I felt that energy rush towards my head, and for some reason I had this automatic connection to head to the restroom. And I headed to the restroom, and then I entered the shower, and I started to bathe as normal. And then I heard another voice say, or the same voice, told me to look up. And so I looked up, and when I looked up, I saw almost like a golden sphere shoot out of me or shoot towards me. I couldn't tell. My consciousness wasn't able to decipher that. And so my hand shot up, and it almost felt as though I caught either this golden sphere or it came out of my body. And then next thing you know, I was on my knees in the shower, and then I was almost as if I was like asleep but awake at the same time.
Right. Not really asleep, but basically you were present.
Exactly. I was very present in my body, but my body was almost shut down, like completely shut down. And so I woke up, and when I woke up, it was pitch black, and I had this image, or like this golden creature appeared. It was almost like the brightest light I've ever seen, but in a way the creature itself was shielding my eyes with like darkness, like everything went completely black. And
Really?
I could almost see her like in my third eye, or in my consciousness in the astral realm. And so when I stood up out of the restroom, I was speaking to this creature, and I said, "Oh my God, it's such an honor speaking to you and being in your presence." And I shook the creature's hand, and I said,
When you say creature, was it human? You use the word creature.
The creature it felt almost as though it was human, but this human was very tall. It was extremely tall, like I want to say about 10 feet tall, and and it startled me a bit because I almost felt as though the creature was tall, and it
Was
had
the space
golden
being male or female?
it was like a combination of both.
Oh,
It didn't
interesting.
really have a particular, like, it was non-binary. I couldn't
Okay.
didn't
Okay.
necessarily ask either. So, but it almost felt as though her energy was non-binary. And
Non-binary.
so,
Okay.
and so I shook her hand and I said, "It's such an honor being in your presence. Thank you for appearing and communicating with me." But I wasn't sure exactly why her presence, or the presence of this being was with me, and perhaps I had tapped into to someone who, or some creature who came to help me. But
Yeah.
I'm not sure if I couldn't tell where this creature left after the whole situation. I went back into the restroom and I sat back down in the tub on my knees. And it almost as if like she restarted me, like or the creature reset me. It could be a she, since I'm saying she, but I could also
Yeah.
be talking about myself as her,
Right.
as the being.
Right.
And so that
So
experience.
I think a better way of presenting this being is just as a being, not a creature. It's probably, you're dealing with an intelligence level. It's probably way beyond human. So I would say, instead of using creature, you could say that it was human in form or humanoid. Um, and that's what I'm getting. It was tall. Did it have 2 arms and hands and everything?
Correct, yes.
Yeah, it's a humanoid being, which would be a better terminology than a creature. A creature, the definition of a creature would be way different than a human. So yeah, I think I'm not the word that's the word you knew to use, so you did. That's not a problem. But try to use the word now when you think about it. That's a non-terrestrial person or being from another planet that was interacting with you. You know what I mean?
Yeah, it was surreal and such a beautiful, harmonious experience. And till this day, I constantly feel the being's presence, with me, and almost as if
Really?
it allows me to be in its presence, or vice versa. And I'm not sure if I'm part of a space command troop,
Well,
or if this
here's what I'd
being
like
is
to
coming
do.
to protect me.
I'm going to help you out here. This is going to be a beautiful thing. Because in your case, we're not dealing with an abduction, folks. We're dealing with a beautiful story, a beautiful connection with a space being from wherever planet they came from. How would you like to reconnect, kind of really reconnect with that being?
I would absolutely love to. Yes.
Okay. So give me a moment. I'll be right back. I'm going to come back here and we're going to do some stuff here on Encounters, the #1 spiritual UFO talk show at 12:44 a.m. in the morning on the East Coast. You're watching Encounters. Don't go anywhere, folks. I'll be right back.
Okay.
Okay. Now we're ready. So what we're going to do with Xena
Yes.
is we're going to send a spaceship over. In your case, it's going to be for all the beautiful things. So I want you to close your eyes, and we're going to have just a beautiful kind of interaction here with Xena, even more so, and help her out a little bit. So we're going to send a spaceship over from the Astro Command to your location. And all we need to do is send 2 of the Astro Command people on ground level. And you're located where now?
Bakersfield, California.
You're in California, Bakersfield, okay. So I'm going to send one of the ships there now. It'll be a medium-sized craft. It'll be cloaked about 20,000 feet above your location. I know where Bakersfield is in terms of the location. And we're going to send 2 of the space people. They're about 7-8 feet tall. They're human. And what they're going to do is work with you on being able to physically not have to astral plane out of your body, but actually be activated so that the space being can connect with you physically and come into your home, and also you can actually interact with that woman if that's what it is, and actually have a full memory of everything that's going on, right?
Okay.
So this is going to be really nice and beautiful. So I want you to close your eyes, breathe in a couple times, breathe out through your nostrils, keep your eyes closed, and we're going to proceed to do this beautiful thing for Xena right now. And I close my eyes when I do this. I've been helping a lot. I've been doing a lot of different things as a command tonight, so my energy level is really up there. But at the same token, it's where it is. So as you're doing the breathing exercises, breathe in, then breathe out of your nostrils, then breathe in and out of your nostrils until you completely are relaxed. And welcome everybody to Encounters, the late night #1 spiritual UFO talk show with your host, CmdrAleon. Welcome everybody around the world. Glad to have you with us. So how do you feel right now?
Very harmonious and peaceful.
Good. Yes. So now what we're going to do is there are just 2 Astral Command people. These people work in the area of consciousness, and what they're going to do is your vibration is very beautiful. You have a good vibrational level, so that's not even a problem. They're going to increase the vibrational patterns, and they're going to activate your consciousness and your physical body so that you actually will remember how to communicate with this woman and actually physically go, instead of astral body out of the ship, they'll be able to open a rift and take you on board. A rift is an opening. They can open and break down the molecular structure of your door, of a wall, and then you're 2 seconds later on the ship. So what we're going to do is have them work on your brain area, and one's going to touch your forehead, and one is going to touch the back of your head, on the upper back of your head and your forehead, the other one. And when they do that, tell me when they're doing it, tell me when you feel something, and we'll proceed to go further. And I would say to the 2 space people, please let her know that you're there to help her, really have that beautiful memory. Please let her know you're there. Let me close my eyes, please.
Okay, they've approached me.
Yes, okay. Okay, they're going to proceed. They know what they're doing. I'm just happy that they're there. They know more than I do about what they do. And now, if both of you will help her, remember some of the beautiful things with the space woman she's connected with and her space family. And if you can help her have a clear line of communications with the space woman, this woman who's been with her quite often, that would be great. And if you can, please let her know they are able to now. I'm starting to do this. The space people can communicate with you, but they prefer telepathy. So I understand you're telepathic. Am I correct?
Yes, correct.
Okay, so here's this. I like to do this little test because this is relatively new. If the space woman can speak to Xena, she's telepathic. She can hear. She'll be able to hear your voice. Please tell her who you are, and just let her know that you're there and you're one of the 2 working with her. I'll take a moment to not say anything. Okay. How do you feel?
I feel as though my crown chakra is open. I feel as though the woman is here to help and assist with the collective.
Yes. And if the woman will please tell Xena, the space woman from the command, can you tell her your name? Please tell her your name for a minute so she knows who you are. I'm going to close my eyes, keep quiet for a minute, and let you listen. Okay, have you heard anything you're trying to ask her? You can ask her telepathically what her name is if you wish.
I heard the name Stephanie.
Stephanie, okay. Very good. So Stephanie from the command is working with you. Very good. Very, very good. So what we're going to do is, because you're having a positive experience, all these two space people are doing, Stephanie's doing, is they're working on your brain so you can have a clarity of communications with the space person, and also have the ability to have directly have a door opening, so to speak, to their ship when they want you to come on their ship. You will not have to astral project out of your physical body. You'll be able to go on the ship with your whole body. Would you like to do that?
Yes, please.
Okay. Well, I'm not gonna do it. You're gonna do it. What's gonna happen is once they're done working with you, you'll be able to, in future tense, now be activated where and keep in touch with us on this. At some point, you'll be able to go physically on the ship without astral projecting. You're gonna go physically on the spaceship. That's a beautiful thing. So Xena, I really appreciate you on here. I know you are this beautiful soul. You have a lot of light energy into you. And before I let you go, and the space people will stay with you for tonight, and then they're going to go back on the spaceship. But
Yes.
I will say to you, just say this one sentence, which is really important. I am a cosmic Christed being of light.
I am a cosmic Christ, a being of light.
And I am a beautiful being of light.
And I am a beautiful being of light.
And I will eventually have direct contact with my space family because I am a cosmic being of light.
And I will have direct contact with
my space family.
With my space family.
Because I am a cosmic being of light.
Because I am a cosmic being of light.
And you are. And you're also a delight. So I'm glad you came on here. You're a beautiful soul.
Thank
Absolutely.
you so much. I can feel as though they're either holding my hand or they're handing something to me.
They might be handing you something. I've never seen that happen. I have no control of our space family. They are individual people just like me. And but they are very spiritually advanced, and they might be giving you something, maybe a gift, I don't know. But yes, very beautiful. Very beautiful.
Thank you so much. That was such a lovely experience.
Thank you for coming on here. This is what it's all about, you know? Okay, everyone give Xena a round of applause for coming on Encounters. And that was a beautiful thing. So as you can see, it depends. Every encounter is different. Every story is different. Every person's different. You know, there are some people that have abductions, other people that have beautiful encounters with space people, and we even help them to get better alignment of memory so they're able to go directly to the space people instead of astral projecting out of the body. They can physically go on the ship with that space being who's positive and have an experience. So very good. Very, very good, folks, as always. Please tap the screen We need to get to 100,000 likes. Now we have 200, almost 300 people here. If everybody gets collectively involved and taps the screen, it creates a heart. When the heart is happening, look at the top corner of my screen. It says 72.4. When everyone taps, that number will go up to 100,000. Only if everybody taps. Now I know if everybody taps really quick, we can hit 100,000 in 5 minutes. I'm a true believer that we can. See, I'm about making things happen, even the most minimal things like getting up to 100,000 people to like me. And we can do it. We just have to ask people. And this old saying, ask and you shall receive. So I'm asking everybody to do this so I can receive. Let's do it. Sev, let me see, asked me a question. So when I say I'm a Christed being of light, the Christ consciousness, it means I operate in a conscious state of a Christed being. Like, for example, if you might have heard of a Jesus the Christ. Christ is just a vibrational pattern. So if you look at Jesus is a space being who is also a Christ. I'm CmdrAleon, I'm a Christ. There's other people that are awakened, they are a Christ. So what Christ consciousness is the highest level, the highest vibrational level one can be in the universe. When you're at that level of Christ consciousness, everything else becomes irrelevant. Hey, Barbara. Good to see you. Good to see you, Barbara. And so that's pretty much what Christ consciousness is. Pretty much. And we're getting up towards 1 o'clock. We came on around 11. I think we're going to take one more guest interview tonight, and then we're going to call it a night. You heard Linda. Oh, interesting. And also April, our friend April is off planet right now. We might just stay on a little bit to see if April comes back. Well, she's going to come back. And if she does come back, well, she's going to come back anyway. She might be too tired to, let's see. So April's phone is on, her TikTok's on, but she's off planet. So the space people didn't turn her TikTok off on her phone. So we know that her phone is still operational, and she's still, even though she's not there, she's off planet. Jennifer Holly needs my help. Jennifer Holly. Let's go to Jennifer Holly. Give me a moment. Oh, man. Excuse me. Sorry about that. Jennifer Holly. Let's see where she. Okay, Jennifer Holly Cole. Jennifer. We're going to bring you up on and here. Who's in the guest request area? We got a whole bunch of people in the guest request area. We'll get to people. I will do this. We will deck to all the beautiful people out there. Oops. Hey, Jennifer.
Hi.
How you doing?
Oh, I'm okay. I just had the weirdest experience. I literally could see, it was almost right out of my my other left, my right eye. And I could see these beings, they just moved like people, like they're acclimated to being here or something. And I felt like threatened, and I got this immediate whoosh, like I was just whooshed right off the table. Like, no, oh no, you don't, not today. It was like they were not good. These guys. I don't know what that was.
So it seems like we need to bring some space people over there.
Okay.
It seems like we need to do that.
All right.
I had to do that with one of my other guests earlier tonight, my first guest. Some stinky reptilians that we didn't catch tried to do some stuff. So we're going to help you out here.
I don't know. Reptilian, I'm not sure, but they were kind of silvery bodied. They moved very much like regular people. They were very big, narrow faces, very slender.
Slender.
Yeah.
They were wearing like a silver spacesuit.
Well, I'm not sure if that's what that was, but that's what they looked like.
Okay.
I thought it was their skin, but I could be wrong. I don't. You might,
Okay.
you know more about this.
So here's what we're going to do. Obviously, I still think they're in the area. When did this happen?
Like literally, as you've been chatting with other people.
Really? Okay, great. I always like a challenge. The commander always likes a challenge when it comes to these negative ETs. We're going to kick some cosmic butt here tonight, folks. Get ready. I mean, now I'm amped up. I was a little not amped up before, but now hearing this, I am so amped up. We're going to kick their butts.
I could almost. I feel you're talking about your, relatives up there. I swear. I think my relatives are dressed like Jedis or something, because they've got it's very but elegant, but these wraps around them and stuff like that. And I could see he looked at little Jesus, like he was like waving his hands like, no, get away from her. That's what it felt.
Yeah.
But I saw him for just a quick flash.
Yeah, no. So we're gonna go into this thing right now, and I am ready and raring to do this, folks. So here we go. I want you to close your eyes. I want you to breathe in.
Something just blasted out the back of my head. Okay, sorry. Say that again.
No problem. I want you to breathe in and breathe out of your nostrils right now. Thank you, folks, for getting us to 100,000. You're blessing everybody out there, new and old. Thank you for making it happen. And we're going to stay on here for a while because I want to make sure that April, when she comes back, she might want to come and talk about what happened on the ship. But anyway, right now, Jennifer.
Is tingling.
Yes. Yeah, we're going to have you breathe in and out again a few times. And I haven't even gotten the ship over there yet. But we're going to do that in 2 seconds. Okay. And tell me when you're relaxed.
Okay.
Take your time.
I'm starting to sweat.
Sweat? Okay.
Yeah.
So we're going to bring a spaceship over there right now. And we're going to send 10 Ashtar Command people off the ship. The ship is about 20,000 feet cloaked. So obviously these beings are with you right now. They don't know what's happening. They don't even know what's going to be happening. But what's going to be happening right now, and if you're not watching this show, then you have no idea. We're going to send them into your house. They're coming through the molecular structure of your physical wall. They just come right in. They're not affected. They break down the structure. Is there something on that is in the background? It sounds like something humming, like a technology.
Yes. I literally said that out loud. I'm all, somebody please turn that thing off. I think it's my neighbor. It's a air conditioner unit. I live in
an air conditioner.
Yeah, a mobile home park. And
okay.
And every now and then that thing just goes buzzing away. It's air
conditioning.
Yeah, and noise pollution.
Yeah, I got you. Well, we'll deal with it. Yeah. But right now we're going to focus on you, and we have 10 Ashtar people on the ground level. 5 will come in the house. The other 5 are going to check the area for these silver type beings, or people that are tall silver type beings.
He's freaking staring at me again. I'm sorry. For some reason I'm seeing it out of my right eye.
They're staring at you?
Yeah, he just looked down right at me, and it's almost like he's smiling. I'm like he's mocking me.
Okay, so let me tell you something right now. He might be smiling. This is going to be very interesting. I want all the Ashtar Command people, the 10 of you, to go in the room.
Oh, somebody just ripped him right away. Whoa. Wow. And then it got really cloudy.
I want the Ashtar Command to check the whole. You're in a trailer park, correct?
Well, it's not a trailer park. They're mobile home units. They're like the kind that they come apart and you see the big things on the freeway.
Yeah.
You know? Yeah.
So you're in a mobile home. Okay. So I want the Ashtar Command people to check outside the mobile home, in the mobile home, and I want you to get these beings or being right now and quarantine it right now. I want all the energy to be cleared out of her mobile home right now.
Thank you.
I want you to sit still for a minute.
Okay.
You're going to see some. You're on the porch?
Yeah, I'm outside.
You're outside. Okay. They're going to go inside your mobile home and clear all the stuff out of there.
My
they're going
roommate's
to
sleeping.
also. Okay, they're going
Sorry, there's a
to.
helicopter going over. I'm sorry. Hold on a second.
Okay, so I want to get you focused on me and what we're doing here.
Okay, sorry.
No, it's okay. I need to get you focused to help you here. So as you close your eyes and focus, even though all this stuff is going around you, I want the Astro Command to capture this being right now. I want you to capture this being right now, the space being that is kind of.
Sorry.
What's going on?
Oh, he's like a juvenile kid. I swear, I think he was like raised around here. Maybe they're projecting an illusion. Somebody's messing with me right now.
Okay, so I want you to focus on me.
Okay, sorry.
No problem. What they're trying to do is distract you from listening to what I'm doing here. Mm-hmm. I want you to be focused on the Astro Command.
Okay.
I want you to say, I am a Christed being of light, and you cannot communicate or be in my visual perspective. I want the Astro Command to take whatever they're projecting at her, the space beings that are affecting her, to go after the space beings. I want the spaceship that's above her area to scan the area and find that ship and what's ever going on with these beings and stop them right now. Stop them right now. As I'm a commander, I'm also a commander off planet. I'm in my commandership right now. I'm asking as a commander that all the space people from the command that are there to get these beings, whoever they are, that are affecting this woman, to stop it right now, tonight. Right now. And if anyone thinks this is funny, Drummer Man will take you right out. I think we're going to have to do that. We have one person who have to just, moderator of the show. Bye-bye, Mr. Drummer Man. Actually, we're going to mute you for the whole live. There you go. I want you to stay focused with me right here.
Okay.
Really important. The command's going after them right now.
I can sense it.
We're going to catch them. We're going to catch them right tonight. Like I said, if people understand, there's two definitions of a commander. I'm in command of my own spiritual being, but I'm also commander with the Astro Command. So even though I'm in human form, I am fully activated to do this. You see, that's the beautiful thing is I've been activated to do this in the last 8 months. And I thank my space family for activating me to do this so I can help people.
Yeah, thank you.
I want the command to put a shield around her mobile home, a shield, and put a shield of protection around her, an invisible shield to be around her, like almost like a spacesuit, but a shield around her. You should be feeling a different energy. They're going to put a shield. It's a very comfortable shield. It'll be very much not seen. It'll be an energy field and shield that will protect you. Do you understand?
Okay. Yep, I'm feeling something.
Yeah, they're putting the shield around you right now as I speak. Like I said, folks, there's things happening on the planet with individual people that are being attacked by negative ETs, and we're going to put a stop to it right now. In this particular moment, we are putting a stop to it with Jennifer. What's happening to her? You should feel an energy change in your mobile home inside. The commanders are working inside and checking every energy field. They're clearing all the energy of any interactions of what these other beings are trying to project in your home. And they are going to stop them.
I feel like they're removing, like, for lack of a better word, booby traps.
Yeah, the negative beings put booby traps around you to keep you in a situation.
Yeah. I feel like we've
Stuff
been
like,
in this area for a little while now.
oh yeah, well, until you came on my show, they probably have been, and
Yeah,
then
but
nobody was detecting them. But now the Astro Command is aware of who they are,
okay.
and they're going they're scanning the whole area outside your mobile park. They will find them, and they're going to catch them tonight.
Thank you.
These beings will be definitely taken out. And when I say taken out, let me define that. They will be quarantined. They'll
Okay.
be taken to a area with other negative ETs that are being interrogated by the Ashtar Command. And once they're interrogated, then they will make a decision to put them on a ship, and they'll be sent on a ship on a one-way ticket out of Earth, and they will not be able to come back to the planet Earth. And this is what the command is doing.
Good. Thank you.
You know, when I hear stories like this, folks, I very seriously have to do what I do. And that's why this show is not your typical UFO talk show like you've seen on maybe Discovery or a History Channel. What we do here is in real time. What you're seeing is really happening. And if you stick around a while, you will learn a lot in this show.
Yes,
way more than you're going to learn anywhere else.
Yeah, I got to tell you, I think I said it the last time we spoke.
Yeah.
I tuned into you, and I'm telling you, a bunch of. I literally could, if someone was sitting here with me, they would have felt it too. It was this whoosh, like they just bolted. They're like, "We're
Yeah.
out of here," you know.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
And they bolted a little bit tonight when you were coming on, correct?
Yes, every time I tune in, they seem to go, or it's like maybe they go a certain distance away, and they're kind of peering in, like, is it safe to come back yet? You know,
right? They're playing games. They're
very juvenile.
They're juvenile. They know I exist, and they're very aware of me, and they're afraid of me. And they might be juvenile, but what they're doing to you is wrong.
Thank you.
And if they're juvenile or not from another planetary system, they need to go back on their ship, but they're going to be caught and they'll be dealt with.
Thank you.
You know, they're going to have to go just back where they came from. And Cat Life, that would be true. They are being, in what the human terminology of arrested, they're being quarantined.
Thank you, Cat
Life. Or they will be quarantined. We're going to keep the space people with you tonight. And if they try to come back, we have our Astro people in different areas. And I forgot, are you in a built-up area or is it more a rural area?
It's just it's a regular basic town. It's the San Fernando Valley. It's, you know, not too far away. We have a little further north. There's some horse owners and stuff like that.
Okay, horse farms, yeah.
Yeah, it's developed. Yeah, it's not too rural. No.
Okay, well that's good. I mean, you know,
there are some mountains nearby. I do have to say that. I live not too far.
Yeah, and they could potentially go into the mountain areas. So we're gonna have the command check all the areas. How far are the mountains from where you are?
Oh gosh, it's probably just 10-minute drive.
Okay, so I want our Astro Command ship to scan the mountain area for any caves or places where they can potentially hide. And if you find any negative ETs hiding in any mountain areas, in the caves, if there are caves up there, which I probably think there are.
Oh, yes, there are.
I want the command to scan the caves remotely and see if there's any negative ETs hiding in those caves, and then bring space people into those caves to take them by surprise and capture them tonight.
I'm getting a sense of it. There's a tunnel. There's a train station not too far from here, and there's some train tracks that are still up in the hills. And I remember that, I don't know if it's still active or not, but there's a old train tunnel. People used to get in accidents in there all the time. You know, kids being stupid, drinking, and that sort of thing. But I haven't heard any stories about that lately, thankfully. But I get a sense that sometimes they duck out into there somehow.
Yeah, that's why I'm having to go into the caves. I felt that once you said mountain area, that's what the negative ETs do. They'll hide in a cave, and they think they're going to be smart, and no one's going to find them. But we know, because we know there are caves 10 minutes away from you, the Astro Command is going to go in there. I want us to send whatever we have available to check every one of those caves in the mountains. Astro Command people on the ship, send a group of 20 or 30 into the mountains and check all those caves. And then if you don't find anything, go back on the ship. We're doing that right now for you too. We're going to do some extensive work here.
Thank you.
All right. Jennifer, I want you to say this before I let you down.
Okay.
And they will leave. The whole group of the Astro Command will leave by tomorrow night. They're just going to make sure everything is cleared out and that all these juvenile ET beings or whoever they are actually captured.
Okay. Can you put a shield around my roommate as well?
Your roommate? Okay.
Thank you.
I would say to the Astro Command people that are that are with you right now, her roommate, can you make sure her roommate has a shield around them as well of protection? As a matter of fact, if you listen carefully, we'll have one of them respond to you telepathically. Please talk to her and let her know your name and that you're going to protect her, that you're going to protect her roommate. I'll listen carefully. Open your consciousness up for telepathy communications. Jennifer, just listen for a minute. I'll be quiet.
They're messing with me right now. First, I heard the words. It was like the word Seth, but it was a whisper, like a whisper.
A whisper.
Yeah. See,
When you say they're messing with you, who's messing with you?
Speaking of being a Christ child, it's like being a light bulb, and a lot of nasty entities like to mess with you.
Okay, so let me stop you there.
Okay.
No one's going to be able to mess with you unless you let them do this. We're going to stop that right now.
Okay.
So right now, I want the Astro Command to shut off these nasty entities from being able to penetrate her consciousness.
Thank you.
I want the Astro Command people to do that right now. I need you to focus on what I'm saying, but you need to stop this stuff. I want them to cut off their ability to enter into her consciousness right now. Astro Command medical people, please do that for her right now. Please stay focused. Don't worry about these nasty entities. Just don't think about them.
Oh, wow.
Don't think about them at all. How you doing right now?
They just, oh my goodness.
They can be stopped. You need to stop letting them come in. It takes two to tango. As long as you keep receiving and allowing them to come in, they're going to come in. You need to tell them right now, I'm a Christed being of light, and you're to stop doing what you're doing. Say that right now to them.
I'm a Christed being of light, and you need to stop what you're doing. They just gave me a visual of my left hand being handcuffed.
Your left hand being what now?
Handcuffed. Oh my
You
gosh.
mean the ones that...
My roommate literally just started talking in her sleep. Oh my gosh.
Okay.
Okay, something just... Oh, wow. We got quieter. Okay. Or more quiet. I can speak English.
Mm-hmm.
Except for the buzzing sound. But yeah, wow. Oh my gosh, the airwaves just... Wow, did they calm down.
Yeah, they've been trying to do stuff and be sneaky with the Astro Command being there. They're trying to get sneaky with your consciousness. We're not going to let them do that.
Okay, thank you.
We need the command to work on your vision. Okay?
Okay.
And I want the Astro Command medical people to work on our vision. And also I want the command to get these beings that are still communicating with her, find their location right now and stop him. Astro Command, stop them right now, wherever these beings are that are trying to communicate with her. Locate them right now and stop them.
Wow.
I mean, I'm really focused on you, very, very focused on you.
I can sense that. Sometimes I get this weird sensation of like they tried to pull part of me to the right, like my inside, and then to the right. It's so annoying. And then I'm spend more than half the day trying to recenter myself. I appreciate your help.
All right. So they're not going to be able to pull anything once the command gets them.
Okay.
They're a little bit sneaky. They are a little bit sneaky, but we're going to get them.
Quick. They are real quick. I'm starting to feel some relief.
Yeah. You need to stop thinking about them also. Part of the problem is because they've been bothering you for so long that you think about them. Don't think about them anymore.
Okay.
You're like a radio. Look at
Yeah.
your brain as like a radio tuner. You have the choice to turn. If you don't like the rock music, you go to classical, right? If you don't like the classical music, you go to meditation music, right? If you don't like the meditation music, you go to reggae music. So what I'm trying to say to you is because you have the free will of your own mind, you tune into them and you stay at that one station frequency. All you have to do is turn the frequency, turn the channel, and block them right out. And that's what the command's going to help you with.
Okay.
But you have to let go of all this. You're still holding on to it, but you need to let go of it. You haven't let go of it yet. You haven't let go of this whole thing. I can sense that. You need to let go of it. Are you willing to let go of it?
Of course, yes.
Okay. So let's let go of it right now. Let's just say, I am going to let go of these beings that have been in touch with me.
I'm going to let go of these beings that have been in touch with me.
And these beings can now go home to where they came from. There's no need for you to be here. Go home to your parents. Go home to whatever planet you're from. You're to leave me alone, or else the Astro Command is going to continually go after you.
The Astro Command is going to continue to go after you if you don't go home. It's time for you to go home. Go home to your parents. Go home to where you belong.
I want the command to really put protection in her mobile home, put protection devices in her mobile home to prevent any of these beings from coming back, put it on the outside of the mobile home, and also put it around the whole mobile park.
Thank
Put
you.
it around the whole mobile park, please. I'm not gonna have any of this.
Wow. That was amazing. Thank you.
When these negative beings are fighting with me, they're coming up against the commander and the Astro Command. Now they're getting me. They're coming up against the wrong person.
Right.
They're coming up against the wrong person. Because I have no fear. I'm here to get rid of these beings that are affecting people that come on my show that have been abducted or have been having shenanigans by negative ETs. No more of it.
Thank you.
No more of it. You know what I mean?
Yes. I'm glad to have a normal conversation without, someone looking at me like, okay. I listened, I tuned in a couple of times and I went, this guy's legit. 100% legit. So I felt comfortable opening up and saying hi.
I appreciate that. Well, we're going to let you go down.
Okay.
Now I know the command's there. We've got a lot of people there working with you, not just with you. They're working on making sure wherever these beings are projecting their thoughts from, where they're physically located, that's where we're going to find them. And they are going to be going out of here.
All right.
They're going to go bye-bye.
Great. Thank you very much.
Okay, Jennifer, I appreciate you.
I
They're
appreciate
going to stay with you and for a little bit. And once they feel that you're okay, they will leave. But do not think about these beings anymore. Do not put them in your vision anymore. You have control of your thoughts. You have control of your physical body. They don't have control of anything.
Right.
Always remember that.
Okay. All right.
All right. Very, very much. Blessings to you.
Blessings.
Okay. now that we're dealing with that situation, we're going to kick their butt. We are. Yeah. When I hear stories like that, man, those ETs got to go. You know what I mean? I am so amped up right now. It's now about, and thank you for the likes. We have 112,600 likes on encounters. Please follow the show. If you're not following us, please follow it. Yeah, very intense, Deja Vu, very intense. You know, when I have to go further into the work I do here, and we're dealing with negative ETs that are trying to play shenanigans, some of them are pretty smart. They can try to figure out a way they're back into somebody's consciousness. We had to just shut that right off. You know what I mean? You know, so, and we're glad to be here with all of you. I read one, thank you. You know, so I never know what I have to do here when I love interviewing people about, we've had some beautiful contact experiences on the show tonight. In this case, the opposite, you know? So we deal with those things in order to help our audience. So I feel humble that the command gave me the activation 8 months ago to do this. 8 months before this, or a year before this, I didn't have the ability to do this, but now I do. So I appreciate it. And Jennifer, thank you for being here. Yeah, that's true, the Gotex. So we're going to stay on for just a little bit more. I know that April's off planet with her family on the spaceship. We'll get updates from April, what's going on. I'm sure she'll update you when she goes live tomorrow night or whenever she goes live. She may go live tonight. Yes, a very powerful night end call. And to show your support for what I do, please, I have my Venmo account, my main profile, which I don't mention. It's a PayPal account called Venmo. Please make a donation there, $5 or $10 or $15. We'd appreciate it for those that can. If you can't, don't worry about it. If you're broke, don't worry about it. But for those that have some abundance, your support really means a lot. You can also do TikTok gifts. I have the hat. I have 7 more hats available on the shelf with the mustache. If you want to do those, you can do that. Or go to my Venmo link on my main page here. Regentar. And now I have a couple more hats left. Justin Michael, by money, you can do a monetary donation on my Venmo account on my main link. There's a main link to that. And I leave it up to the individual. If you want to do just $5 or $10, that's fine. If you just want to do TikTok gifting, that's fine too. You know, it's whatever a person can afford to do. Or if you can't, that's okay too. Leah, welcome to the show. Circle Projection. How long did it take you to earn commander promotion? Well, I've always been a commander. There was never really a promotion. I'm in command of all our intergalactic communications off planet. So I've always been, I'm also, when I use the word commander, I'm in command of my own cosmic spirituality. No one else controls me or anything like that. So our definition of being commander is a little bit different than Earth-based terminology of the word commander. Great question. And it's now 1:30 a.m. in the morning. So Justin, because on TikTok you can, TikTok's different than Facebook. TikTok encourages it, and I have no problem with it. Most TikTokers do, if they are doing something that they feel is important, they can ask for donations, and I do. You know, and people donate, and it's totally free will. If you don't wish to donate, you don't have to, and you can still watch the show. But money helps me do the work I'm doing, so I have no problem asking for it. You know, TikTok was started on the concept that people who are creators, content creators, can ask their viewers for gifts. I do. There's nothing wrong with it. It's normal. It's part of the normal life of a TikTok creator. And so, yeah, just to answer your question. Trip, welcome to the show. We appreciate it, having you all here. And we've had such a great group of people interviewed tonight. We've done a couple interviews. All of them were excellent. And just now we did Jennifer, who had problems with the negative ETs. For all relatives, you're welcome. Vinny C, good to have you with us. Oh yeah, we're almost at 120,000 likes here. I am, very, hey Pink Lady, welcome Pink Lady. Totally Tara, Molly, Danger, something, Frank Ivanowski. Welcome everybody that's just finding the show at this late hour. Our show is usually on 11 o'clock nightly. I sometimes take a night off to relax and regenerate, but usually you'll see us on 11 p.m. till for about 2 hours. I'm now about 2.5 hours actually. And we have 4 hats taken. I want to make sure that continues here. So I'm pinning the hat thing, and every time you give me a hat, I will say a certain word. The hat with the mustache. Some of you don't know the inside part of that whole thing. Oh, you're doing good, Surfgas 67. You're doing great. Tar, honey. Yep. So we're at 50% of our goal. We need 5 more hats to go off the shelf. I don't want those hats getting dust on them. So if you take a hat, it won't get any dust. You can put the hat on me and I'll wear it. Promise. Red Jen Tahar apple cider. Beanie apple cider Tahar. That's what happens when you give me a hat. I say those words. I can't help it. I have to. As soon as you give me that hat, I have to say something specific. Now, I have 7 hats taken. I have 3 more of those hats available. So while we're taking a little break here from interviews, Regina, you're welcome. Bonnie pour Tahar apple cider. I got a complete sentence in with the Tahar. That's pretty amazing. Pretty amazing. Thank you, everybody, for the hats. We're very close. I have 2 more hats to go. There's 2 hats on the shelf. I don't want them to get dust or apple cider on them. That'd be terrible. The apple cider got on those brown hats and the mustache. We'd have a problem, right? You're watching Encounters, the late night spiritual UFO talk show. Welcome everybody to the show, wherever you may be. You are here now. As Ram Dass would say, Ram Dass would always say, be here now. He wrote a book called Be Here Now, which I have an original copy of, by the way. So we'll see if we get those 2 hats to go. We have 244 beautiful people here. If you wish to get a hat, I'll wear it. It has the mustache. There's 2 of them left. We're almost near 100% of our goal. Hey, Tim, good to see you. Welcome back. April Flower. Good to have everyone with us here. All right, I think we're getting to the point where we should shut down the show for tonight. I want to thank every one of you for being here. Without you, we wouldn't have a show. Concordia Tahar tonight. Thank you very much, Concordia. Concord 22. Thank you. I have, I believe, 1 more hat available. Boy, this is going to be like pulling teeth. I have 1 more hat available. And if you give me that hat, I will say a certain word. Some of you already know what the word is who've given me hats, but Juliet knows I'm taharing with her. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. I've experienced 2 abductions. Oh, we have to have Spiritual Mama here. Spiritual Mama, I'm going to bring you on, Spiritual Mama. You'll be my last guest. Summer, thank you. I've got to do this interview. I really have to. Spiritual Mama, welcome to the show.
Hi.
Hi, how are you?
Hi, I'm good. I'm good.
And whereabouts are you located on the planet?
I'm in the UK.
UK. Okay, welcome.
Yeah,
Welcome.
just outside London.
Oh, very good. So tell us a background about your story. I'm very interested. You had 2 abductions. When did that happen? How did that start happening?
Oh, funny enough, I was talking about it about a month ago at a UFO conference, and they reckoned it was an out-of-body experience, but I'm absolutely convinced it was an abduction. What happened is I don't remember what happened, but all I know is I woke up just below the ceiling in my bedroom. And I know I did that because I saw, because normally there's like, what I can see on the ceiling is like a line, like a scratch.
Right.
But when I was close up, it looked like a tick or a number 7, right? This is how I know for definite I woke up just below the ceiling. And
Now,
then
when you
what
say below
happened,
the...
as
Go
soon
ahead,
as I
go ahead.
was conscious of it, they let go of me and I dropped in the bed and bounced.
Oh, wow.
And it wasn't one of the, you know, when you sort of think that you're falling and you bounce in your bed, it wasn't that.
Yeah.
I've had hundreds of them. This was completely different. I know that I was abducted. I know that. I'm very intuitive, and my intuition tells me that that is what happened. But at the conference, they tried to say, oh, you know, it was an out-of-body experience, which I've had them too, and it wasn't anything like that. So,
interesting.
yeah.
So when you were dropped from the ceiling, did you see a visual of the beings that had abducted you?
No, I didn't. I didn't. I didn't.
One person is asking, did you find any marks or scars on your body?
Yes, I had a couple of bruises on my calf muscles, but no scratches or anything like that. Just a couple of small bruises on my calf muscles.
And what year did you have the abductions?
Right. Okay. So we're talking about 5 years ago.
5 years ago. Okay.
Yeah. And the one after that was about 3 years ago.
So in 2020, you had an abduction experience, and then 3 years ago, in 2021, I think, or 2022, correct?
Yeah.
Okay. And neither one of these times did you see the people that were the space beings that were abducting you, correct?
Well, not at the time, but I have had a flash in my mind of a blue being in between. Yes.
Really, a blue being.
A blue
and
being.
What did?
All I can explain it looked like. I mean, I was falling asleep and it just flashed in my mind, and I thought, "Whoa, that was quite powerful." But it was a matter of a split second. It just went in my mind, and I saw it. It looked as clear as day, blue. And all I can say is it looks a little bit like a grey.
Yeah.
Like
a Zeta.
Almond eyes. But it was blue. It was definitely blue, and I didn't get a bad feeling from it at all. So
interesting. Yeah. So you didn't get a bad feeling. So you don't feel like you were abducted, but you found bruises on your body at the time, correct?
Wow, very small, couple of little bruises on one calf. It was a bit odd.
So, and the last time you had this contact was 3 years ago.
Yes, roughly about
Okay.
3 years ago. Yeah, that's just a rough estimation, though.
So what do you feel the end result of this is? What do you feel these extraterrestrials were trying to do with you, or what they're doing with you?
I think that they're trying to, because I'm a rare blood group. Okay, that's all I'm going to say.
Yeah.
I know that you shouldn't talk too much about that, but yeah,
Yeah, we don't need to.
I think that maybe they're trying to use me to track things
To
or
track
something.
things.
Yeah, I don't think it's nefarious. I just do not think that this abduction was anything to do with a bad thing. I don't think so.
Interesting. Well, then it was an abduction. If they're doing good things, then that's a contactee experience. So do you feel it was an abduction or that you were contacted?
I don't feel it was a negative thing. No.
Okay, so then we would use the terminology of your experience on encounters, a potential contactee.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. Possibly. Yeah. So there's a difference there. Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah.
All right. And so between those two different years, nothing since then in 2024 has happened? Nothing that you can remember?
I'll be honest with you. I've had quite a lot of spiritual experiences.
And we stay more on the ET realm. We stay away from anything that is not ET related or cosmically related.
Okay.
Yeah.
But I don't know. This could have been related. It could have been, there was something at the end of my bed once, but that was a very, very, very positive thing experience. And that
What did they look like? The one at the next to your bed?
Couldn't see because I'd just woken up, and whatever it was, it looked like a light being, and it was putting energy through my feet.
Oh wow!
And I woke up that day and passed all my exams, and it was just incredible.
Interesting.
I know. It is. I just don't know what that was. I call it a light being, and that's it.
A light being, we'll go with that. I mean, it could have been a light being that is basically a light being is a space being, and we call them a light being. Was it translucent and like really translucent?
Well, all I remember, it was kind of like a, because I'd just woken up, and it was kind of like a whirlwind of light. That's the best way that I can describe it. It was like a whirlwind of light at the bottom of my bed, passing energy through my feet, and I was laughing with it.
Really interesting. It sounds like they were it sounds like they were working with you and trying to help you or something.
Well, it's funny because I was doing a holistic therapy degree, and my ceiling fell down, and it went all over my work, and I had literally like 2 weeks to get it all in, to get my work all in, and this is like many, many years ago when.
Wow.
I just could not do it within that space of time. You know, I mean, 3 years work of work, all ruined by my ceiling. And what happened is this light being came, put energy in my feet, and for 2 weeks I just stayed up doing my homework till 3, 4 o'clock in the morning. I just got this untold energy. It was incredible, absolutely incredible. And did 3 years of homework in 2 weeks and passed all of my exams. Incredible. So don't know what that was.
Wow.
I just
Very
don't.
interesting.
You see, I've got a lot of questions. I do have a lot of questions, but it's I suppose it all relates to this UFO.
Yeah, it all does. And it's all UFO related. You know, I deal with spiritual UFO stories, not just the nuts and bolts of a sighting, but also people's stories. I have all kinds of people, light beings, plasma beings. People have talked about visitations of those people. There's all kinds of things related to this that make sense, and so does your story. I really appreciate it.
Okay, thank you.
Well, thank you for coming on here. If anything else should happen that you are keeping track, just keep a record of it. If you see the ships again, try to record them, and anything like that, or anything that happens in this ET realm, I'd love to hear about it.
Yeah. So I've never seen ships. I've always watched out for them because I believe, obviously I'm a believer in UFOs, but I've never seen any. But like I said, the only thing I've had is experienced contact. I thought it was an abduction, but you've explained it. It's a contact, and seen a couple of beings, and that's it. That's
Yeah. Well, in your case, you had contact with beings, so it doesn't matter if there's a spaceship out there above your location. You're having the most important thing, which is contact with the space beings.
Yeah.
Whoever they are.
Yes. Yeah, I believe. Yeah.
All right, there, Spiritual Mama. I want to thank you again for being here. Everyone, give her a round of applause. Thank you for being on live with us at this time. And any other final words you want to say?
No, I just want to say thank you for letting me come up and speak. And fantastic. And I think that your channel is fantastic, by the way.
Oh, thank you very much. We appreciate the kind words. We've been in radio for 21 years on NPR radio. I've come out of the closet 21 years ago that I came from Mars. I work with the Christ and Beings of Light, known as Ashtar Command. And so I appreciate that.
Yeah. Okay. Thank you.
All right. Oh, you're welcome. Anytime. And if anything else happens, let us know.
Yes, I will.
Let's do this. All right, good. Give me one moment, folks. We'll be right back for some final words here. Okay, we're back, folks, on Encounters. This is the late night edition. I'm your host, CmdrAleon. It's now about 1:49. I want to thank everybody for being here. We're at almost 130,000. That's crazy. And we love all of the new people here. If you're just new to the show, welcome. If you're only catching the end of the show, I want to let you know that my shows are recorded. This is live. You can watch all our shows, and you're not going to miss anything here. If you missed any shows, you're new to the shows, go to my YouTube channel. It's called Ashtar Command Spaceship News. I'll repeat it. My YouTube channel is Ashtar Command Spaceship News. You can watch all the shows on there, including our Saturday night Ashtar Command Q&A show, and all our shows that are broadcast every night that we record here. They're on our YouTube channel. All right. And no, not yet. She's still off planet. I know she'll probably be back soon. Sev gas, I probably might have in my sleeping state over the years, but I don't remember anything. I do remember a lot about Mars. I can talk about Mars a lot and go into detail about the planet, but I don't remember going back to visit Mars, although it could have happened since I was a kid. I could have done that. Good question. Well, we're getting to 1:51 in the morning, folks, so I think it's time, unfortunately, to end tonight's program. We'll be back on tomorrow night at 11 p.m. for another edition of Encounters. a show that's out of this world. Thank you for your gifts. We did 130,000. Thank you, everybody. Red Jen, thanks. We're going to sign out of here, folks, until tomorrow night. You've been watching Encounters, the late night spiritual UFO talk show. I've been your host, CmdrAleon. You all have a beautiful Monday, and we'll catch you again Monday night. Juliet, we'll get into that maybe in the next few nights, too. Everybody have a good night. Ren Jen, and everybody take care.